name's Sarita and I'm speaking to you today from Soulhenge, and I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. Now, I'm delighted to welcome you back today to the third episode in my Upgrading Your Energy Centers series, in which we are inviting the information from the macrocosm of the cosmos to inform the microcosms of our energy centers within our being. And what I'm going to be doing is working with the 8 energy centers that I've been trained in the Western tradition. This is slightly different than the chakra Eastern tradition method that many of you are familiar with. And what we're doing is we're allowing the dimensionality within each of our energy centers to be informed by the macrocosm of the dimension exterior to it, but of which we are all interconnected and a part of. So for example, the first energy center within the body, which is found at the perineum, is a microcosm of the first dimension in the earth. The second energy center within our bodies is a microcosm of the second dimension of earth. The third energy center, which we're going to be working with today, is the microcosm of the third dimension of our reality that we're walking around within right now, 3D reality, and so on and so forth. And the end game with this series is that eventually every single energy center within our bodies is going to be informed by the macrocosm of 8 dimensions. So basically we're going to have information from eight dimensions within every energy center, and then at the end, as the grand finale, we're going to merge our 8 centers into one energy center so that we can really begin to understand our potential as multi-dimensional beings. And the more and more that I study, spirituality and our ascension and shamanism, the more and more I intrinsically understand that we are always being informed by the macrocosms around us. And the other thing that's really interesting for me is our energy centers, which are each related to a dimension, is being informed by the macrocosm of that dimension. But the macrocosm of that dimension is also, and this is mind-blowing, being informed by all of the other dimensions that it is related to in the rest of the cosmos. So what I'm beginning to understand as I dive deeper and deeper into allowing each of our energy centers to experience its multidimensionality is that the information that we're receiving from these meditations that I'm doing is kind of limitless. The potential of it is vast, and it's something that we can't really quantify with our analytical minds, but it's something that we can embody in different layers of our beingness. So I think what it's doing is really affecting us, but in ways that are primarily energetic and in ways which are ascending us in our evolution that we can't quantify or compute in an analytical way using our little minds that we have here in 3D. And what I mean by this is if we take again the first dimension, so the first energy center in your body is the microcosm of the first dimension of Earth, and we can inform that energy center from that macrocosm of the first dimension within Mother Earth. And in doing that, that first dimension within the earth is being informed also by every first dimension in every planet within the universe. So we really are receiving limitless information as we do these meditations. And as I said today, this is the third meditation in the series. We've done the first energy center and the second energy center. And if you've arrived at this video out of sync with the others, I suggest you go back and do those 2 energy centers before you do this one. And hopefully you are beginning to feel somewhat changed in your beingness if you are doing this series with me. And I am certainly feeling different. I had quite a profound experience after I finished the second meditation, because I had a DMT experience. My pineal gland was spontaneously activated by the macrocosm of the second dimension, and I began to see in my everyday reality information that my pineal gland was projecting out for me. It was showing me, it was expressing to me the information that it had received and what it was doing with that information. So I'm already receiving some quite profound insights, and I'm feeling very different. And so the meditation I'm about to share with you now, I actually did this last night with my class. I've already received a couple of messages from people who were in that class who said that they had, you know, that they felt profoundly different. And what I've woken up feeling like this morning is more whole. So I feel more peaceful, more well-rounded, and more clear. Now, I'm going to explain to you why it might be that I'm feeling like this, because in order to understand that, we've got to understand what is the third dimension. What's the macrocosm of the third dimension that we are walking around in here? And I've been receiving a few downloads before I downloaded the actual meditation about what information we can receive into this third energy center, which is found behind your navel in your body. What information can we receive from the macrocosm of the third dimension? And what I was told was that basically the third dimension is our experience. It's the expression of the I am within the experience of this third dimension. And the third energy center has long been known by many spiritual schools as the I am of the human being. And the color associated with it is yellow. And the way that we understand who we are in this third dimension is basically by experiencing ourselves in relation to contrast. And that's why we incarnated into this dimension, to experience duality. So what I mean by that is you can't experience sadness if you never knew what happiness was. You can't experience peace if you've never been embroiled in emotional drama. You can't understand white if you've never seen black, and so on and so forth. So basically, as we relate to all of the contrast within the third dimension, we begin to understand ourselves better. I feel this, or I see this, so I understand myself better in terms of that, in relation to that thing or that feeling or that experience. But what tends to happen as we're walking around in our third dimension is we tend to separate ourselves from aspects within this dualistic experience that we perceive as bad or which cause us pain. So what I mean by this is, let's say, for example, someone you love very much dies and you grieve. What many people do is they put their grief aside and they try not to go back into those feelings of feeling awful. Or imagine that you're feeling anger. We try not to feel too much anger because we're told it's not the right thing to do. So we have all of these contrasts that are happening to us, and often we deny certain aspects of ourselves because we're conditioned to believe that they're wrong, that we're not a good person. So for example, if you want to be completely selfish and have everything for you, you're told that that is wrong and that's bad and you shouldn't take. So many of us don't take what we need, but we spend a lot of time giving stuff away or giving our time or our energy away because we are told that that's a good thing. So we embrace that part of ourselves, but we ignore the part of ourselves which wants stuff. And so we're doing this all of the time. And what happens is we tend to separate aspects of ourselves from ourselves as we experience this contrast. And what this meditation is all about is about embracing all of the aspects of our dualistic state of being within the third dimension and bringing them back into ourselves, back into the third energy center, so that we can embrace it all, feel it all, accept it all, and become whole. Because think about it, if there's a part of you that feels sad and you just don't go there because it hurts, then basically you're denying that part of yourself and you're not whole. So when you re-embrace the sad part of yourself, you feel more whole. And we just have that with everyone and everything around us. So really, this meditation is primarily about embracing everything within the third dimension. And as many spiritual teachers have told us, once we accept all of the aspects of ourselves, we come into wholeness, and then we let go of things like judgment and we become the observers of our lives, and we really move into a state of knowingness and peace. So I think that's what this meditation is all about. So if you hear me in this meditation recalling into your energy centers contrast that you would not normally want inside your body, remember it's all about bringing everything back into you to make yourself feel whole again. We're recalling, if you like, the light side and the shadow side of everything. So for example, if I said to you in this meditation, feel all of the good and feel all of the evil, it's not a bad thing to feel the evil. You're just incorporating all of the aspects and feeling yourself as whole once again. And a really great analogy for this is if you think about two ends of a stick. Let's say one end of the stick is bad and one end of the stick is good. It's still the same stick. And if you're the stick, you need to be able to accept and embrace all the aspects along that stick to feel whole. So that's the first part of the macrocosm of the third dimension informing us to allow us to feel whole again. And then the other aspect is about linear space and time, because that's what the third dimension is all about. It's all about us creating linear space and time so that we can feel ourselves within this environment, so that we can understand that we are the center of our own reality. And humans have created linear space and time really as a measurement so that we could see our own evolution. We could track our progress on this journey of spiritual evolution. So what's going to happen at the beginning of this meditation is that we are actually going to use space as a way of opening and activating the third energy center. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to explain to you how the meditation is going to go, but you don't need to remember any of this because I'm going to talk you through the whole thing as we go through it anyway. So I'm going to get you to relax and feel your body as I always do. And then we're going to connect the earth and stellar stars as we did in the first two meditations. And we're doing this so that you are absolutely tethered to your place in the world by that golden thread of light that runs from the stellar star to the earth star. And once we're tethered, I'm going to get you to drop your awareness into the third energy center, which is found behind your navel. And you're going to feel all of the energy within that energy center. And then you're going to allow yourself to feel all of the energy from that center around your body. So feeling that energy center in relation to the energy around it, because everything to do with the third dimension is about relationship to other things. That's the contrast. Now, once we've felt that energy, I'm going to get you to imagine that in the middle of that energy center is the needle of a compass. And what you are going to do is you are going to begin to spin that needle in a clockwise direction. And you can either do that vertically, or you can do it horizontally, okay? However that manifests for you is absolutely fine. So you're going to begin to spin that needle within the middle of your energy center. And what that's going to do, similarly to the other meditations, is it's going to create a vortex of energy, which is going to activate and open that energy center. And so now it's open and activated, we can begin to receive information from the macrocosm of the third dimension. And the first information that we're going to receive is about space and our place within that space. And so what we're going to do is we're going to allow the consciousness and information from the north, south, east, and west to come into that energy center and inform that energy center about space within the third dimension. And once we've allowed that energy center to be informed by that, we are then going to allow all of the contrasts of the third dimension to come into that energy center and finish informing it on the level of a macrocosm, okay? So now your third energy center has been informed by the macrocosm of the third dimension. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that energy center and we're going to take it into each of the other 7 energy centers and allow it to inform each of those centers about the macrocosm of the third dimension. So by the time this meditation is finished, all of your energy centers will have information from the macrocosms of 3 dimensions. And obviously, as I said earlier, from dimensions beyond that within the cosmos, that each of those dimensions is connected and related to. So once we've informed all of the energy centers, we are then going to feel all of those energy centers as informed and different. And then we are going to bring that ball of information, the third energy center, back to its rightful place behind our navel. And then we are going to allow all of our organs, systems, cells, atoms, and quantum particles within our being to be informed by that macrocosm as well. And then that's the end of the meditation, and we're going to come back into the room. And just to reiterate, in case you haven't done the other energy center meditations for a while, the 8 energy centers that I'm going to be working with are the one at your perineum, first energy center, the second one, which is in your lower abdomen, the third one behind the navel, that's the predominant one we're working with today, 4th is in your heart, 5th is in your throat. That's all the same as the Eastern tradition. But then we're going to be working with the energy center at your pituitary gland, the energy center of your hypothalamus gland, and the energy center of your pineal gland, which are 3 bunched together. And I had a question from a subscriber saying, how do I know where that energy center is? Help. Let go of your analytical mind during meditations. If you tell your pituitary gland center that it's going to be informed by the third energy center, all of the information will go exactly into the right place, because your higher self, you know, your soul, your being, your subconscious mind, everything knows where all of these energy centers are, except, of course, your analytical mind. So let your analytical mind go and trust your intuition and trust that the right information is going into the right place. So that all being said, and it's a bit of a mouthful, we are now going to begin the meditation. And as always, I would encourage you to sit up for this meditation if you can. And please, if you feel differently at the end of this meditation, leave a comment, let me know. It's wonderful to get feedback and see what's happening with these meditations, because as I said, I certainly am feeling different and informed and more evolved each time I do one of these meditations. So when you're ready, we're going to begin. You're going to sit up straight, take a breath in and a breath out, and let go of this conversation. And in the darkness behind your eyelids, you're going to begin to follow your breath. So as you're breathing in, you're bringing all of your attention and all of your awareness to your breath. following its path as it enters your being, and following the path of your breath as it leaves your being. Breathing in, breathing out. Allowing everything that is not the breath to fall away from you. Breathing in and breathing out. And understanding here in the darkness with your breath, that your breath is your connection to your multi-dimensionality, the within and the without. As above, so below. And feel your body settling as you bring all of your awareness to your breath. And now, can you set your intention to allow the macrocosm of the third dimension to inform the microcosm of the third dimension within your body, within your being, within the third energy center found behind your navel. So just setting your intention so that your being knows the work you're about to undertake. And we're now going to connect ourselves to the earth and stellar stars. So bringing your awareness above your head in space, up in the heavens, to that golden ball of light, the stellar star, containing the divine Father energy of the cosmos, light frequency information. And see that dropping down from this golden ball of light is a golden thread of light, which drops down, 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 all the way through the heavens until it arrives at the crown of your head. And from here it melts into your body, continuing on its downward path all the way through the center of your body until it arrives at your perineum. And from here it exits your body and continues on its downward path all the way to the center of the earth until it meets another giant golden ball of light, the Earth Star, the fiery heart of Mother Earth. So just feel these two stars, one above, one below. And feel that golden thread that tethers you, that anchors you to your place in the world. And now, can you drop your awareness down that golden thread until it lands within the third energy center of your body, behind your navel. And as you land with your awareness in this energy center, can you begin to feel all of the space that this center occupies within you? Can you feel the texture and quality of this energy center? Does it have color? Is it moving? How does it feel within you? Allowing your awareness to experience the vibration of this energy center within your being. And can you expand your awareness and begin to feel the energy around your body from this center? How does that feel in contrast? Can you feel anything? How big is this energy around the center? How does it move? Allowing your awareness to roam around your body and feel the energy. And now we are going to bring our awareness back to the center of this third energy center within us, and feel from the center point, the point of a compass beginning to appear within it. This is your central point, the central point of the I am within the microcosm of your third dimension. And now we are going to activate this energy center by beginning to spin in a clockwise direction this compass point. So beginning to spin it and spin it in your mind's eye, allowing this arm of a compass to spin this energy center into activation, creating a vortex within you, spinning and moving, an energy vortex becoming faster and faster and faster. Feeling this activation at the central point of this energy center, still and spinning simultaneously faster and faster and faster, and feeling this energy center beginning to open, becoming ready to receive information from the macrocosm of the third dimension of planet Earth. And now, from the east, we feel information pouring into this energy center. Information of a new dawn, of a new day, of sun rising in a new way. Sun's rays pouring into this energy center and informing it from the consciousness of this direction. New beginnings, new openings, bright light as new days dawn. And now from the south comes information into this energy center. Feeling this energy center filling with fire, with heat, with deserts and long roads of information. Emptiness that burns, pouring into this energy center and filling it. And from the west now, receiving darkness, caves deeply filled with information that is ancient, depth, down, darkness, information that rises from the deep spaces within third dimensional reality, within the deepest parts of our own being and our psyche. And feel your energy center receiving this information. Feel the dark rivers pouring in and activating it. And from the north now, a new consciousness, pure white snow, cold, sharp clarity, fierceness in absolute decisions. Feel this sharp, crystal clear, ice cold clarity pouring into your third energy center, informing it, sharpening its points, icy, clear, crisp. And feel all information from the consciousness of four directions calling itself towards this energy center, filling this center up, expanding it with information given from the macrocosm into the microcosm of your being. Feel the needle of the compass spinning and mixing up this information inside you. Feel the contrasts of the north, the south, the east, the west, above, below, within you, without. Macrocosm and microcosm mixed and mingled within your energy center, and feel how this energy center receives it all. And now it is time to allow the macrocosm of the third dimension to inform all of the other energy centers within your being. So now, bring this third energy center down the golden thread of your body until it lands in the first energy center of your body. Feel how this information fills and activates the first energy center, the macrocosm of the third dimension, informing the microcosm of the first within your body. Feel the information of contrast, the earth, the sky, what is held and what is loose. Feel the experiences of safety and danger within this energy center. Feel the mix of this contrast and all the information that comes with it, mingling within your first energy center. Feel how it is changed, and feel how this center expands with this knowledge. And now, can you bring the third energy center up the body and into the second energy center, and allow the macrocosm of the third dimension to inform this center. Feel the wild and the tame. Feel frigidity and sensuality. Feel the expansiveness of connection and the loneliness of separation. Feeling the contrast, the duality of the third dimension in Imagine forming this second energy center. Feel what it is to integrate it all and feel it all within you. And now, can you bring this third energy center up the midline and into the fourth energy center at your heart? And as the macrocosm and the microcosm of the third dimension land within your heart center, allow this center to receive all of the information. The polarity of love and fear, and the darkness and the light, the hope, the despair, the conditional and the unconditional. Allow your heart to feel the information of third dimensional reality, bringing it back to wholeness. And now elevating this third energy center up the midline into the throat center, your fifth energy center, and feel how your throat center opens to receive all of the information of contrast and experience that the macrocosm and the microcosm of the third dimension brings to it. The raw, the silence, the truth and the lies, contraction and expression in every format, in every way that it has ever been experienced, every contrast of expression and contraction in forming this energy center. And feel how this information ignites and ascends the awareness of the microcosm of your fifth energy center. And now, elevating your awareness once again by drawing up the third energy center to the pituitary gland center within your head, and feel as this center receives receives and responds to all of the information that it is brought. Control and flow. Broken systems and functioning systems. Static and motion. Feel how the contrasts, the experiences of all of 3D affect and inform the pituitary gland center within the microcosm of your body. There is the macrocosm of 3D. And elevating your awareness once again and drawing this third energy center into the energy center of the hypothalamus, and feel its arrival there. All of the glorious information from the third dimension filling and informing this center. Explosions and stillness. Emotions and numbing. Pushing and pulling, and all the shades of grey in between. The polarities within the third dimension, mixing and mingling within this energy center. Merging of information to expand our awareness and perceive our multi-dimensionality. And now, calling up this third energy center once again until it lands within the pineal gland in the middle of your head, and feel as this wealth of information fills this center to its fullest, changing it, evolving it, activating it. Obstacles and paths, openings and closings, limitation and limitlessness, contrasts of experience from the macrocosm of the third dimension, filling the microcosm of this energy center, changing it, bringing it into a fuller awareness of itself. And now, allowing the third energy center to drop slowly down the midline, down and down, until it lands in its natural place behind your navel. And as it lands here, allow yourself to feel these 8 energy centers within your body, all of them informed now by the macrocosm of our third dimensional reality. And in that, by the third dimensional realities of every planet within the universe. And feel how these centers are responding and vibrating within your being. And feel how they are affecting and informing every system within your body, every organ and cell and atom and quantum particle of your being. Feel it all. Feel this dimension, this wholeness of allowing all of the information, all of the contrast within 3D to be part of you once again, consciously. And then when you're ready, and taking as much time as you need, you're going to very gently come back into the room and open